Hey Pack, welcome back to the channel. Erik here with WolfSteel Buildings. And right behind me, I have another special treat for you guys. We have another barn door shell with the combinations of white and black. But before we move along with the tour, please hit that subscribe button, that like, and that notification bar. And don't forget to leave some comments. All right, let's get it.
Welcome back, Pack. My name is Jared with WolfSteel. I'm the building manager. I'm not a YouTube star, so I might be a little nervous. If you see my hand shaking, just know I'm not a camera guy. Right here behind us, we have a 40 by 60 red iron weld up metal building. It's a black and white color scheme. From here, I guess you could say face view. If you're looking at the drone shots right now, I got a Galvalume roof up there. From there, we did a little 18 by 10 approach right here. That's, we painted the frame black. It's a little approach awning, you know, same thing, black trimming, but it's got a Galvalume roof. Customer actually wanted us to paint his frame. So what we did here is we primed it and then we painted it. So if you just paint it and you don't prime it, you're gonna have issues down the road. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice 18 by 10 approach. Everyone has their different uses for it. Some people like to grill, some people like to just put some chairs out and enjoy. We're actually right off of Louisville Lake out here. I want to show you this 2-foot overhang that we did here. We did a reverse PBR panel. What that means is the colors on the bottom. So it's a black soffit there. We added in foam gap enclosures to pretty much cover in all the critters that could go in through there. Same thing on this little awning. We added the foam gap enclosures. We sealed it up very nice. As you can see, the beautiful 3x5 windows here. Black on the windows to match the black trim. It's a double pane window to help with the insulation. So the customer actually did a fiberglass insulation. I believe it's R10, Erik,
yeah, it's
right?
R10.
It's an R10 fiberglass. So right there, you know, you're getting an insulated building. You need to get the insulated overhead doors and the insulated windows.
Hey Jared, quick question. I see a lot of mud on the approach. You might want to tell them why.
Well, the thing is, if you go back here, there used to be a lot worse. So if you look over here, they actually dug into a huge like little hill area that was here. So this used to be all hill. So actually it used to be a lot worse. I'm getting my hey dudes muddy right now, but I mean, that's just how it is. But a lot of this, yeah, they're still in the process of grading. When we get around to the building, you'll actually see where they just dug a huge hole. I think it was for running power lines, but a lot of that mud was coming down here. So that's where all that's coming from. But yeah, we're getting the Texas hey dudes dirty, but that's part of it.
Now, is this a mobile door or is this a steel door?
No, on our red irons, we always do minimum steel door. So it's a 3x7 steel door. It's also galvanized, but it's a painted galvanized. So it's a really nice door. As we get inside the building here, we have our beautiful rusty primed I-beams. So a big difference between us is that a lot of companies, they like to leave their I-beams just bare steel. We find that that causes rust issues down the road. So what we like to do is we like to prime all our I-beams, and it just keeps, you know, your building longer. Biggest issue with the metal building is rust.
Wood rots, steel rusts.
You know, so to avoid that, we prime all our welds, all our I-beams, and any exterior post you have, just to give it that nice extra detail. This is a 40 by 60. You have 2,400 square feet on the inside. You got 16 foot to the eaves. And if I'm correct, you're at 21 foot right down that peak with that 18 by 10 front awning approach. Yeah, so as you can see here, we have these two 3x5 windows. You can't see it if you're coming on the front, but we did a full purlin encasing for these windows. We had one in the back over there, but the customer actually wanted us to take it out. So that's why we have this window here on the floor. Customer's actually gonna finish it all in with wood and drywall. I believe it's gonna be office space. We didn't do his concrete, but he did plan out all his rough-ins. If you do want, you know, if we are gonna do your concrete, we can work with your plumber to work in all your rough-ins. So that's also something there.
If you decide to go another route with the concrete, you can purchase a concrete plan.
Concrete floor plan, yes. Yeah, that's another thing is we like to make sure, even if we're not doing the concrete, that the concrete is done right. So we provide a floor plan that you can purchase off of us just to make sure that the building, when we get there, the building and the concrete match. Because if your foundation's not right, the building's not gonna be right.
Exactly.
So the biggest thing here with these overhead doors is we were very scared that they were gonna intersect. So kind of what we did is we modified the tracks a little bit. We did they're kind of called follow the roof tracks. So what they do is they're kind of bending it at an angle rather than your standards that bend in at a 90, right? It's a 90-degree bend right there, just to avoid these two doors intersecting each other. So that was one of the biggest things here.
And right behind you, you got the 12 by 12. Yeah, this is the 12 by 12, and right here is the 14 by 14 black overhead door. These are insulated as well, right there.
Yeah, they're fully insulated. I can't remember exactly the panel style on these overhead doors, but marketing helped me out and put it right here. All right, Pac, I want to talk a little bit about the framing. So with the red iron weld up building, the biggest challenge is that, well, pretty much all weld up buildings are non-engineered. So I'm sure you saw a couple videos back, we did I think it was a 40 by 80 bolt up. So every bolt up is engineered, right? It's got an engineered, Texas engineered stamp. The problem with the weld up is, while we have done a couple engineered weld ups, most of them are non-engineered. Now, what we like to do, right, is we like to follow, the plans that we have for engineered weld up. Sometimes my salesman are like, hey, my customer got this quote and it's a little bit more, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, well, let me see what kind of material are they getting? How thick are their I-beams? There's a difference, or there's a reason why there's a lesser price. You're usually getting something less, right? Another thing is here on this, we did 6-inch I-beams, right? We put a weld clip in here that goes from the beam to the purlin, and then we prime all our welds just to avoid rusting in the future. Another thing is here in the roof, right there, we did a full weld plate up top, and that's just to conjoin these two beams, right, better. When we're welding our beams, we do a complete joint penetration on the weld plates, right, the connections up top and in the middle. And that's just, these beams are really what's holding up this whole building. We want to make sure it's nice and welded. Another thing is how we frame in our windows. So what we'll do is we like to do a full C-purlin encasing, right? So this is the top girt. We pretty much adjust it to where the top of that window lies. We'll add in a full C-purlin standing up, kind of like a receiver. Connect these to the girts, weld it there, weld it there. We like to grind it down and prime it, and then we just add this bottom C-purlin here. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Like I said, this is my first video. I'm a little nervous, but if you ever have any questions on how your building is going to be made or designed, or during the construction process, you can always ask for me. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions. Shout out to Ernesto and the Apex Wolf for selling this building. It was actually a walk-in customer. He called in, he said, hey, I need to get something going now. And he actually walked into our office. We designed it right there. Well, Ernesto and the Apex Wolf designed it right then and there. And, sooner rather than later, we had boots on the ground, and that's kind of how this all played out. Thank you for watching, guys. Like I said, hit the like and subscribe button. Marketing helped me with those buttons there. And if you have any questions, just let us know in the comments. See you on the next one.